Alright, hello everyone. It is that time once again for some more Dress Up Princess, and today we are doing the final section of chapter 1 of the Marie Antoinette story. I'm quite excited for this. Let's go ahead and hop into it. 1-15. I have my stage requirements. I have my energy ready. Let's go. Perhaps way too much has happened, but I keep having all sorts of dreams. Some seem to belong to Marie, and some belong to me. The dreams mingle, and I can no longer tell which are mine. It's as though they all are. After all of this upheaval, I've become even more closely entwined with the other me, and I can no longer tell us apart. Early in the morning, I receive word that the king wants to see me. I ignore the feeling of dread within me, and I hurry to the study. He looks like almost too— oh my god, I forgot I still have the sunglasses on. Your Majesty, why have you asked for me? Come look at what I'm holding in my hand. The golden squirrel lock? What is that? I relax once I see the intricate lock in his hand. Locks and the study of locks is his passion, and a secret shared between us. I've spent 3 whole months crafting this one from a rare blueprint that was incredibly hard to obtain. What do you think? Oh, yeah, it's nice. I've never seen such an intricate and fascinating lock. I don't even know how to describe it. Marie, this is the first time you've— seriously? Marie, you're married to this man and you're not complimenting the thing he cares about? Oh, damn. That's not a happy relationship. Do you really think so? Of course, Your Majesty. This is very fine craftsmanship. I'm impressed. I've never let anyone find out about my hobby, except for you. You never seemed interested in the past. I'm so glad to hear your praises today. I'm honored that I can make you happy, Your Majesty. Marie, you've really changed. I'm so happy that you're not only becoming more like a queen, you're also more like a family member. His gaze is so gentle and sincere that I can't help melting. Ooh, my laundry's done. Can you hear that in the background? A slight distraction. Okay. Apart from the occasional visits to my grandfather, I've not felt the warmth of family for a long time. You really are an angel from Austria. I really wish I could do something to make you happy. Is there anything you'd like? I'll get it for you, no matter how difficult that might be. I want that necklace we just spent the last chapter fighting over. Your Majesty, I only wish for France to prosper and that everyone can live in bliss. When I arrived in this world, I faced so much frustration and anger, but I've also met people who truly care for me. Frenson, Lafayette, Gabriella, Leonard. What a coincidence. That's what I was thinking too, and I've already thought of something. Really? What did you think of? Let's go to Notre Dame and distribute provisions to the poor. That's my main reason for seeing you today. This might not solve all of our problems, but I believe the people will feel our sincerity. But our finances. The war helped America achieve independence, but has dealt a huge blow to our finances. And Louis the 15th's spread-fifth ways have emptied out the royal treasury. Don't worry, this bit of money is nothing, and Blasdale has already promised to handle the matter. This isn't just for the people, but also to help mend your reputation as well as that of the royal family. I understand, Your Majesty. Thank you. Where are we going? Right this afternoon. Oh, did she ask when are we going? Sorry about that. Go get changed, and we can go. All right. Please wait, and I'll go get changed now. All right, I don't know what sort of outfit we should wear for this. I feel like something casual might be better, but the game wants me to do elegant and gentle. Oh, that's quite sweet. Okay, elegant and gentle. Here we go, and search. I like that hat. Oh, and let me— is there a hair I can have with it? No. Ooh, these are— here we go, can do that. I can wear the sunglasses, sure. Sure, we'll wear the dress we customized. Or do I have a— I have a top, but I don't think I have any bottoms. Okay, yeah, let's go with this one. Oh, maybe this one, because it actually has some red on it. Just kidding. Sorry, indecisive Mary here, making decisions. Barely. There's too many to choose from. cat? Yes. Oh, notifications. And, okay, let's get ready. This is fine. It's kind of a... I feel like I would see this on some... Oh, I only got a good. I did not do well. I think that's one of the first times I just straight up didn't do well. My queen, may I have the honor of escorting you? No, I want Lafayette. Just kidding, of course. I'm honored to be able to do something meaningful together with you. Is it because of the glasses? Oh, and here we are. The noise of the crowd dies down once we arrive. There is a moment of quiet, but soon the bustle returns. The church is crammed with people, including malnourished children. They eye the provisions we brought with us and seem oblivious to anything else. Warm sunlight falls on them, revealing hollowed faces filled with despair, instead of the naivety that children their age should feel, or have. I'm glad that the king suggested helping the poor. I don't know how many more days of suffering these children would have to go through otherwise. Do you remember when we first inherited the throne? We also held an almsgiving session. Back then, the people had high expectations for me and hoped that I would lead France towards a glorious future. But now it looks as though the people who need aid have increased instead. Looking at the children before me, I can sense the king's frustration and regret, so I don't know what to say to him to comfort him. So I merely continue distributing the food and clothing. I am so glad I'm not royalty. After a portion of the supplies has been distributed, I turn my head to check my surroundings, and a sudden commotion outside attracts my attention. People are filing out of the church carrying daily necessities and food. At the same time, droves of impoverished people are swarming into the palace, shoving one another and grumbling, arguing angrily. However, no one causes any real trouble. Upon seeing the situation, the king nods to his men, and the crowd is quickly separated, according to their needs, into groups of adults and children. Don't shove, walk slowly. Everyone will get their share. I'll hail the king and queen. You're kind and generous, angel sent by God. Thank you. The smile appears genuine, and there are mothers who allow their children to approach me and touch my gown. Someone starts to clap, and the clapping spreads through the... Oh no, and then they all clapped. The people's smiles and voices are music to their ears. Looking upon the scene, I finally feel all my hard work has finally paid off, and I start to tear. I thought I'd be hated by the people forever. I never thought I'd see so many friendly faces. You must have faith in yourself. In my heart, you're the most beautiful and kindest person I know. Thanks to your efforts, I now know how good you are, and all of France knows that as well. The jewelry you donated in this almsgiving have won our people over. That is wonderful. I never thought you'd be so overwhelmed by this. I guess distributing provisions was the right choice to make. I let myself absorb the grateful looks all around me and gave a small wave. Sunlight came in through the windows and bathes everyone in a gentle glow. I clasped my hand in front of my bosom and slowly closed my eyes. I hope things will get better and better. I pray with all my heart. Oh, my goodness. Alright, so that is the end of, I believe, chapter 1. So we are now starting chapter 2, and we have some time here, so I figure we might as well do the first section of chapter 2. It looks like they really just cleared the board for us, so we'll probably loop around everything again. Let's see. Yep, we are good to head into it. After we got back to the palace, the king shut himself in the study with his ministers and held a meeting that lasted an entire day. I heard that this meeting has something to do with the country's finances, but we can't do anything to help, so there's no point worrying. But I need to find out what happened. Marie, you've really changed. Ever since that gambling session, you've really been worrying about things you never cared about before. It's really not like you, Marie. Gabriella is worried about me, and I wish I could reassure her, but I don't know what to say. It's just that I remembered what my mother taught me. She kept telling me to treat the people of France well. All right then. I don't want you to push yourself too hard. If there's anything I can do for you, please tell me. Help me, Gabriella. I want to look for the books on French history and books on taxes, and 2 people are better than 1. You've really changed so much, but I'm glad to see you looking energized. Alright, are we gonna go learn? Okay, after a few days of reading and research, I finally gain a better understanding of the royal court's current situation, and I can more or less guess why the king held that sudden meeting. France is sinking, and in just one misstep will send all of us into the abyss. Ooh, dramatic. Your Majesty, the king has asked you to attend a meeting in the study. Attend a meeting? Alright, let me get changed first. What am I gonna wear? I don't have as many outfit pieces as I wish I did. Okay, elegant and gentle again. Elegant, gentle, search, and I'm just gonna go for everything that has the highest rating, and hopefully that will maybe be a little bit of a better choice this time, seeing as last time I got, you know, the lower score. Wasn't happy about that. Let's see if this is any better. No, not really. I really need to start getting some more outfits. Lesson learned. I step into the study, and just as I'm about to curtsy to the king, I'm interrupted by a fierce argument between Blaisdell and Lafayette. The king is sitting to one side and excuses me with a nod, frowning slightly. The tension in the air is palpable, and I feel like I should breathe very carefully. Marquis de Lafayette, were you present during the finance report? Can't you understand the situation the king is in? This year, our revenue was 475 million years, but our expenditure reached 587 million years? Oh goodness, I'm sorry. If we don't raise the taxes, the treasury won't last beyond a few years. What will the country rely on to survive? Bad weather year after year has resulted in bad harvests, and the farmers are broke. Food prices have gone up, and as a result, everything else has inflated. We can't possibly raise taxes. Ever since ancient France, the aristocrats and the clergy have been exempted from taxes, but now that our finances are in danger, they need to do their part. Ooh yeah, tax the rich, baby. I'm a marquess, and I will not avoid this responsibility. If everyone agrees to this plan, I will set an example and pay my taxes first. Lafayette's voice is resolute, and his eyes are filled with resolve. Many of the people present gaze back at him with admiration, but Blaisdell laughs. Oh, I don't like this guy. You are certainly pushing this idea very hard. I think you should know that this would result in some very serious consequences. If the royal family were to lose the support of the first and second estates, you will not be able to save the situation. And do you think losing the people's support will be beneficial to the crown? Think of this, everyone. The atmosphere grows even heavier. Everyone is deep in thought. Count Franzen, what do you think? I support Lafayette's suggestion. Our problem with taxes has been dragging on for generations. As I understand it, some regions have even been taxed twice. I don't think we should ask the people for more money without saving all these problems. But the clergy will definitely object to the idea of taxing the aristocrats. They will be affected by it after all. Yes, and that is why we've been unable to agree on a solution. It may be one of the hardest things in the world to convince them. They are the barrier to change. France took part in the War of Australian Secession, the 7 Years' War, and the American Revolutionary War. These 3 wars brought us immense diplomatic benefits, but have also emptied our treasury. And together with Louis XV's way of spending, even if we are changing out our finance ministers, we won't be able to save the country's finances. Everyone is trying so hard to deal with the trouble caused by predecessors. My queen, what do you think we should do? I'd like to hear your thoughts. Why am I being involved? Okay. Only after considering all kinds of possible consequence do I dare meet the king's eyes. Your Majesty, considering the situation at hand, I think we should tax the aristocrats. We're gonna get beheaded either way. That's my thinking at the end of this. I don't know. Okay. We'll be met by disapproval, but this is the quickest way to solve the problem, and the future of France. We must not give way. And I believe that at the end, the people will be grateful for your justice. The problem is that the first and second estates have never been taxed before. We will face immense opposition. My queen, have you thought about how to persuade them? Perhaps I can take Marquis de Lafayette's example and pay my taxes first. Although I will not be taxed, I can publicly donate all my jewelry as tax money. This way, more people will be convinced of the royal family's resolution. My queen, are you serious about this? I gravely nod my head and notice that everyone is looking at me differently now. Suspicion, surprise, appreciation. It's as though I'm the only one standing before them. It's as though the one standing before them is no longer the queen they know. Your Majesty, I admire the change in you as well as your determination. But you are the queen and must present yourself with the dignity of a member of the royal family. Donating all of your jewelry would not be a wise decision. Is that so? But No need to worry, Your Majesty. You need only donate half of your jewelry. That way you can maintain your royal dignity as well as achieve the results you desire. That would kill 2 birds with 1 stone, wouldn't it? That is a good suggestion, Blaisdell. My queen, what do you think? Your Majesty, I have no reason to object. Then allow me to follow in the Queen's footsteps and voluntarily pay my taxes as a member of the aristocracy. Aristocracy? Why is that so hard for me to say? And me, Your Honor. We can also let the Queen announce her donation publicly, so that more of our people will know that the Queen stands with them. If we can get more aristocrats and royalty to volunteer to pay taxes, I believe that dissenters will be swayed by the will of the people. Let me handle the higher nobility. I will do my best to persuade them to agree to the tax reform. Indeed, if we can gain more support from the aristocracy, why is that so hard for me to say? Aristocracy, there we go, I got it. This reform may just succeed. Marquis de Lafayette is a war hero, and has a great deal of influence over the newer aristocracy, there we go. He is indeed the best candidate for the job. The problem lies with the older noble families of Versailles. Yeah, let's just volunteer. I am willing to try and persuade them and ask them to agree to the tax. We can start with the nobles who are not as strongly opinionated. Oh yes, I can go talk to Gabrielle's family. I am touched that you wish to do this for me, but the older nobles are all incredibly obstinate. I'm afraid that you'll suffer. I know what the king is worrying about. Many of the aristocrats have a better opinion of me now, but may not listen to what I say. No matter how much I sacrifice, I'll always be a foreigner from Australia in the eyes of the older noble families. Perhaps we can invite them to a conference and explain to them our reasons and make the king's resolve clear. So we skirt around the clergy and present our tax reform to the aristocrats directly? I think that might be way too reckless, and they might rise up against the throne. There's always great risk along the path to success, Lafayette. We've already learned that the hard way during the war, have we not? We have no other options. Count Ferguson is right. We must undertake risk in order to achieve success. All right. If we can persuade the aristocrats first, we might be able to pressurize the clergy, and we won't have any problems with the reform. My queen, I believe that you can achieve this. Go ahead. I grant you the authority to handle this. The king gives us an air of stately dignity, and his eyes show strength and resolve. Reassured by his demeanor, the people in the room begin to smile. Yes, I will not let you down, your majesty. Then we shall all start our allocated errands. Hold the assembly of notables as soon as possible. Of notables. Well, that is an interesting kind of turn of events. So I'm really curious. Oh, there was a split there? I could have done that two different ways? Oh, I guess I'll have to go over that all again and figure out where that decision was, so I can do the other pathway. I'm hoping we've got the good one, because I have a feeling going through steps 2 through 8 are possibly more positive than going straight to step 9. Oh well. From here, we'll go ahead and leave things out here for now, and we'll continue on with more next week. I do stream every Tuesday and Thursday on Twitch. We're currently playing Danganronpa, so if you like a really story-based murder mystery game with lots of voice acting, you can go ahead and check that out. I have VODs up on my Twitch channel as well as on my second channel, which is named Soft Mary, so you can come back and watch those anytime in case you can't make the stream. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Please suggest other apps that you would like me to check out. I hope that you all are doing well, and I will see you all next time. All right, bye-bye.